What's up, Safari Nation, and welcome back to yet again another video. I'm so excited to see you guys. And so a few weeks ago I started a video series called the BirdFinder series, and the last episode we tried to record didn't go too well. I finally have a break from all the guiding I've been doing, and now I have some time to focus on this video series again. Now, if you don't know what the BirdFinder series is about, that's okay. The Southern African BirdFinder Field Guide is a comprehensive guide to key birding sites all over Southern Africa and Madagascar. Covering 1,400 bird species, it's the most comprehensive guide available to find birds in the sub-region. The only downfall is the field guide was published in 2006, making the information more than a decade old. And in the birding world, information that old pretty much looks like this. Majority of the sites listed in the book still exist and still see birders enjoying the treasures found at each of them. The BirdFinder series is all about me visiting these key birding sites listed in the guide and analyzing how accurate the information still is. Now, the last time we were here, it was way too windy to get any decent birding going. So we decided to come back and give it another try. Now, in the BirdFinder Field Guide, Rooi Els is marked as an excellent bird site. So I'm really excited to get some decent birding going. So let's go birding. Unlike other bird sites described in the BirdFinder Field Guide, Rooi Els has no mention of the specific specials to be expected, a description of the habitat, the best season to bird, or a detailed account of what the birding is to be expected along the site. It's no surprise that there aren't detailed descriptions of these topics for the Rooi Els site in the Field Guide. It's basically just a 2-kilometer stretch of jeep track following the side of a mountain, and all you do is walk along the jeep track, scanning the mountainside for rock jumpers, woodpeckers, rock thrushes, and pretty much anything else you can find. The field guide does mention that you need to be on the lookout for Cape Rockjumper, Cape Siskin, Cape Sugarbird, orange-breasted sunbird, and Cape rock thrush. A lot of Cape birds, but it only mentions these specific species to look out for, but there is so much more to be found at this site. When I get to a site like this, I often first just stand a little and get quiet, and I just listen. Try and hear what I can hear. For now I can hear orange-breasted sunbird. There's a nediki calling somewhere. I can hear Cape bunting. There's red-winged starling calling as well. And so the main bird that I'm trying to listen for is the Cape Rockjumper. Now, the best way to locate Cape Rockjumpers at this Rooi Els site in this extremely rocky terrain that you find them in is by their call. We've got some Cape Siskin up on the rock. Let's see if I can actually maybe even get a photo of them. Ah, there they go. Gone. But Cape Siskin's a good one to add to the list. Looking at a yellow bishop. He's just here. He keeps hopping into the bushes. In the field guide, it talks about scanning this big mountainside here for the rock jumpers and the rock thrushes and the species that it does list in the book. But I find that yes, those species are good for this side of the mountain, but this entire section here that's towards the coastal edge is also really good for greyback cistecula, yellow bishop. The orange-breasted sunbirds seem to really like that side, so it's really good focusing on either side of the road. But if your main focus is going to be rock jumpers, then you're going to want to focus on the mountainside. Now, we haven't found the rock jumpers yet. We've been dealing with a little bit of rain. It's starting to get a little windy, but the sun is starting to come out. The clouds are disappearing, which is amazing. So hopefully we're going to find these rock jumpers. I haven't heard them yet, but we're going to look for them. Rockjumper calling. It's quite high up on the rock face. Just saw a Cape Rock thrush flying there as well, but I'm gonna spend some time here. I'm gonna try and find this Rockjumper. I know it's a really good bird for this site, and it is listed as one of the species in the description in the field guide. So I'm gonna spend some time and see if we can find it. So there's an orange-breasted sunbird sitting on this big rock in front of me. Whilst we're looking for the Rockjumpers, we just came across this guy. So I'm just trying to get some good video footage with my bigger lens, and then we'll carry on looking for the Rockjumper. We managed to get some decent glimpses of these Rockjumpers now, but they a little iffy. They kind of came a little bit closer and then they went away back into the thickets and up the mountainside. But we also recorded some really good species like Cape Bunting, we got Cape Grassbird, we got the Yellow Bishop, as you know from previously, and familiar chat, Rock Kestrel, White-necked Raven, Nedeke, that's calling at the moment. So there's been some really good stuff around other than the few listed species in the guide. Alright, I think it's time to give my review on the Rooi Els bird site. Now, the description of the Rooi Els bird site doesn't give a list of specials. It only lists a handful of species to be found at the site, and we managed to find 6 out of the 7, so that was pretty good. There's no suggested season to bird the site, but I know from personal experience that the birds listed in the description is present year-round, as well as most of the other birds that we did find. And there is no clear description of the actual habitat to be expected in the Rooi Els bird site. So I spoke to some seasoned birders who visit the site quite frequently, and I can say that since the book has been published and up until now, the habitat hasn't really changed much. In the last year there's been a few fires that's moved through the place, but the veld is regenerating quite well. And then lastly, the only birding directions given in the field guide for this site is to just bird along the 2-kilometer stretch of road along the mountainside and scan for the birds listed. And that's still true. So from my personal rating, I would give the Rooi Els birding site 4 out of 5 owls. If you take into consideration that it's probably the most accessible site to find Cape Rockjumper, as well as find so many other endemic species in such a small and easy to bird area, it makes Rooi Els a really good birding spot, whether you're a local or an international birder. And I would highly suggest any birder visiting Cape Town to put Rooi Els on their bucket list of must bird spots. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. And before you leave, hit that subscribe button to make sure you don't miss the next BirdFinder episode. Have a great day, enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers. Oh, and guys, please remember, you are not allowed off the Jeep track. Do not climb up the mountain, do not go off the Jeep track. I've done that before, got in pretty big trouble. Stay on the Jeep track. Alright, cheers.